So here's today's market update. We had a little bit of a refi fest going in September, but it's kind of getting rained out as yields have risen dramatically in contrast to most people's view on the bond market. Friday's job data showed an uptick in hiring as non-farm payrolls blew through projections. Furthering the escalation of the conflict in the Middle East is pushing up crude oil prices, which we've seen rally from the mid-60s to the mid-70s. So domestically, too, there's issues. We're contending with the aftermath of the two hurricanes, and that's unlikely to help inflation because we're going to need all these materials. So there's pressures on the demand for the workers as well. So we've seen the yield on the 10-year note tick back up into the low fours. We were all the way down to 3.60 on September 16th, right before the Fed cut interest rates at their last meeting in September. Mortgage rates were at their best in 2024. Now, they're back mid in 2024 with the average 30-year rate raising from the low fives to the mid sixes. So we've seen about a 0.5% to a 0.75% increase. The outlook for the future Fed cuts this year have fallen drastically as well, as the base calls now for maybe 25 more basis points rate cut at the remaining meeting this year. So we may only see one more cut this year, and we're not sure what they're projecting in 2025. The CPI reports that show hourly earnings are going to be important, and the markets will likely look past these numbers as they don't account for the recent, inflationary events, which most importantly are the hurricanes and the conflict overseas. But the markets have rallied so much that we have seen, even with the slight uptick, the rates are still in a good position, and we'll be watching the 30-year note. Right now, we're at about 4.05. If it can hold steady here, hopefully we can see the 100-day moving average stay stable and the rates to come back down. A lot of, influence will happen in the fourth quarter, and we'll be back with our update as soon as we have a new one for you. If you have questions on where the market is and want to get pre-approved, feel free to reach out to me at 773-848-4144.